Hey Magic fans, back again here with your captain, Capnclydes MTG Modern Horizon 3, running back box number 2 of this sweet set as we talk about how it's progressed and where we're currently at. I think now is probably a good time to talk about card prices in the grand scheme of things. So before we get started on that though, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Comments down below will feed that YouTube algorithm, all that good jazz. And, you know, keeps the channel sponsor free and all that stuff. Links in the description where you can buy these cards will probably be listed by the time you see this video. But hey, there might be some left. You want to go over and check them out. Just saying. It helps support the channel. Ooh, very nice. I love those retro borders. They're so sweet looking. Oh yeah, once we get to 1,000 subscribers as well, don't forget we're going to have a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. We seem to be making some decent progress on it. Ooh, very nice. Very nice indeed. Special guest. And then afterwards, we'll keep having giveaways as we hit more and more milestones. Should be a pretty sweet, fun time for all involved. Not bad. It's a mythic. I mean, it is what it is. So, with all that said, let's talk about the set. So, as you guys know, the best of dogs, the goodest of boys, if you would. The set's been out for quite a while now. Prices are really starting to stabilize. And that's a good thing. It really gives us an honest, more realistic approach of where the card prices are. So as we do that, we're going to see where box prices should be, along with other things. Ooh, foil fledged strand, very nice. Ooh, and a white orchid. Nice, nice, nice. So we'll start seeing that, and maybe, just maybe, by the end of this video, we may actually have a little bit of a different box value than the really skewed expensive one we had when we first started opening the cards. Because, again, the cards always go down. Oola Mog. Maybe this boxes are still worth money. Anyway, when we first started opening these, like I mentioned in the previous video, it was before pre-release. Prices were kind of high, so I even mentioned then there could be some price skewing just due to the fact that everything was still on pre-sale. The boxes were still trying to find their price point, and I had got the boxes without any real good market data, if that makes sense. Because as you guys know, if you've done this at all, cards always come out, people spec them really high to try to get some poor fool to buy them at a high price before the real price comes in and they plummet. Now also, with that being said, many places have gotten the shabukin because they do that. People buy a whole bunch of cards and then they ship them to them, and then immediately cards spike and they lose their ass. But hey, it's half a dozen one, 6 the other. And there's all kinds of shenanigans going on in between there where, you know, people will buy it, the cards will spike before the sale, they'll cancel the sale, relist them at a higher price. I mean, it's all in there. And of course, people will buy the cards, find out that they're tanking before, ooh, very nice archway with a Bloodstained Mire. Sexy. They'll find out the cards are dipping heavily before the sale, and they'll contact and cancel their order, and the shenanigans goes always, which is why I try not to worry about it too much, and normally sell an eBay or TCG player where those kind of shenanigans don't fly too well in the grand scheme of things, because you start trying to do stuff like that, you start getting knocks against your account and so forth, and get you in trouble, we'll just say. But for those people who sell individually or at a local game store, it's a lot different. Psychic Frog, I love it. Oh, Phyrexian Tower, baby. Mythics in this box are on fire. These are some sweet mythics. This might be an expensive box. But yeah, so with all that said, I think we've come to a pretty reasonable price. Another floated strand. Well, that's not foil, I guess. Oh, darn. I think we've come to a pretty well, we'll say, notch in the road where the prices we're seeing now will probably be relatively stable for a minute. Again, I think the going down is probably going to be less drastic, and it's going to shift more to price increases randomly. I only say that because some of the cards, and we've already seen, some cards came out relatively cheap, and then once people realized how to use them, or somebody broke them, quote unquote, ooh, a foil waste, or somebody, and a Necro Dominance, jeez, Pearl Medallion. How can you not like opening this stuff? I mean, come on, look at these packs. Anyway, some of the cards, like I mentioned, come off relatively cheap. But then once somebody actually got a chance to play them, like old Spiky Boy making decks and abusing people left and right, especially with Raul, I think a 2-turn kill in Modern, I think is what it was he came up with Raul. Yeah. Causing that card to spike heavily to the high side. We're going to see more stuff like that, but I think we'll see more spikes than we will decreases, only because at this point, cards have decreased to a relative point, probably as far as they will for a minute. It was a Party Thrasher foil rare. Ooh, Nethergoyf. Good boy. They've kind of went down as far as they're willing to go down right now as people keep buying. The only thing left for them to do is to go higher when someone realizes, oops, put that in the wrong spot, that a card has value due to the busted or abusive nature that can be done to it, much like Ral and some of the other cards. So it's going to be interesting. That's a nice signature. Check that out. What is that on? Glasswing Grace. Good one, Craig. Anyway, like I was saying, it was a good $10. With old Nadu. There's no R, so it must be Nadu. But anyway, that's what we're used to seeing. That's just kind of how it rolls, right? So we'll see by the end of the month, as we start to get into July and beginning of August, how things are going to go. And it should be rather interesting. Speaking of August, don't forget, August is Gen Con season. Another waste, nice. As you guys know, I will be going to Gen Con and go every year. If you find me there, we could sit down, play a couple games or something, hang out, grab a bite to eat or whatever. Or at least just say hi. Especially if you watch my channel, there's not a whole lot of you out there, so I'd be kind of shocked to run into you. But anyway, with that, I'll try to make some videos in advance while I'm gone at Gen Con. Or I may just... Ooh, an Ashling. Is that Mythic number 7? Nice. I may just make some impromptu videos there with my phone and just upload them to kind of show how the con's going, what all's there. After the con's over, ooh, Birthing Ritual, very nice. Borderless, full art, something. Anyway, to kind of give you guys an idea of what it's like, what you missed, if you didn't get a chance to go, if you are some connies out there, and all that other good stuff. There's a flare. So, it's going to be a good time. I honestly can't wait. Really stoked to get going. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling in August, to be honest with it, and be honest with you guys, and beginning of September, so may not be as many videos as normal. You know, normally I get at least one a day. Really going to depend on how it all plays out with all the travel and everything. But we will see. So, we will see. All right, last pack. Let's hope for something juicy. Oh, a signed card. Very nice. Ugin's, what's it called? Ugin's what? Binding. Very nice. All right. And, oh, I thought it was a fetch land. Man, come on. Hey, Toxic's Deluge. That's not terrible. Not real pricey anymore since it's been reprinted into Oblivion, but hey, you know. Alright, guys, seems like a pretty good box. I mean, we got an Ulamog, Necro Dominance, and Nethergoyf. Again, kind of show you guys, we only did get 2 fetches. We got a third one, but it's foil. That's probably the only reason we got it. So again, fetches being hard to pull seems to be the par for the course for the set. Until next time, be kind. Hope to see you across from the game table. Later, player.